I'm Terry Liu. I'm gonna talk how I made the final website. I already coded it, and now I just want to explain how I made this website. First, I'll open it. That's the code. First, I want to show you my final web page. Okay, so that's the final web page. It works well. So how I create it? First, I create the head. This is a head part. And first, I create the body, and the first is a background. I use the image tag, and I set the image z index -1 and position fixed, and top -50%. So make it looks well. Then I create 3 div. First is top, which is a navigation bar, and second is mid. Here is a mid, and third is bottom. And in the navigation bar, in each div, I mean, in top, mid, and bottom, I create a div and give it a class center, and I give this center a width 80% and margin 0 auto, so make it always in the middle of the screen, and then first I give it a head CGT141 and its logo image, and on the list I float center and this image left, and float this on the list right. And I give a head to this top tab, so that in fact I don't have to use clearfix. This I give top, and I use line height 100 pixels, so that the head will at the middle of the top div. Then I set the hover. I set the hover to another list, every list in another list, so that it will change the color to orange every time my cursor hover to this list. And I set a transition point 25 seconds, and I set the text decoration now. That's all for the top. And then it's middle. For middle, in the class center, I create two div. One is left, another is right. Oh, and at the first I set the box sizing is a border box for all elements in the HTML. And let's back. First, in the left, I create a form element, and to make it more beautiful, I give it a shadow and padding and head. I set the input element. I set the border for input element, but I set a different color of bottom border, so make it like a 3 division effect. And that's how I made the form. And also here I use the JavaScript to detect if the input has to be filled in. Here's how I detect it. I check if there anything in the input blanket. Then it's right. To write, I just give it a video. I use iframe. At first, I want to use video because here I use HTML5, but I don't know why video not work, so I just go back and use iframe. This part is pretty easy because I just go to Vimeo and it gave me the code. I just copy it. So that's how I make the mid part, and then it's the bottom. For bottom, I create 3 column and give it every with 33%, and I give every column a right border. And all float left. And I set padding for them. That's all I think. That's all my code. I can't use original font like teachers, cause I tried to find that font, but I have to pay for it, like $19. So I just use another similar font family. So that's all. And I can show you the effect. Oh, I set a external here. I will go to Google. And here, if I don't fill in the blanket, it will alert me fill empty. And if I do, successful. That's all. Oh, by the way, this array icon I use Font Awesome, and Font Awesome CSS Professor use is kind of old, so I just go to Font Awesome website and download a new one. And I think that's all. Thank you.